YouTube, welcome and welcome back. I'm your boy Journeyman22. I got my man's aka Chaz Digital over here, up and coming YouTuber. I'm gonna let him tell you a little bit about his channel.
Okay, appreciate the intro. Hey, it's your boy Chaz Digital. If you don't know by now, just go ahead and check out the content. It's Chaz Digital on all social media platforms. And today I'm linking up with my man Journeyman22, good brother of mine. We've been just networking over the years here on the island of Guam, just creating just awesome content, and we just hope to continue this journey down the road. So.
Exactly.
And then we can, oh my bad, not to cut you off. I was saying,
then we can, oh my bad, not to cut you off. I was saying,
then we can just like chop this and just redo it or like whatever you want to do. So.
Okay. Cool. Hey, no need for chopping, no need for editing, man. I told you I like to be as authentic as possible.
Awesome.
I want to give them good raw content, especially on the topic we got today, which is talking about separating the military. We're going to actually give you our experience with separating the military, being that we're both going through the process at this current time. 2021, baby. We know things may change down in the future, but today we want to give you our experience in hopes that it will help you have a smooth transition. Now, nonetheless, transitioning out is going to be stressful, but the information we give you can help you along the way and help you have a smoother transition. I'm not saying it's not going to be stressful. It's going to be stressful, but this video is here to help you. All right, so the first thing we're going to talk about is being prepared. We're actually going to just cover two topics, but we got a lot of subheadings under these two topics, which is being prepared and timeliness. So we're going to start with being prepared. So being prepared, you absolutely have to be prepared to separate the military. Matter of fact, before you even join the military, you should be preparing to exit the military, because regardless of whether you're going to stay in 20 years or whether you're going to separate after your first enlistment, you're going to have to get out at some point. So we want you to be prepared. So think about, okay, after this job, what am I going to do after this job? What am I going to do after the military? The military gives me so much. Am I going to have these same benefits or benefits like this on my next journey? So with being prepared, I say being prepared, you want to be prepared to go into the military. So you want to get a job that you would like, something that you would enjoy doing when you get out of the military.
Yeah, so with that, you always want to know, just like Ian saying, just like Journeyman22 saying, is that you want to know your entry strategy as well as your exit strategy. So with that coming in, like you said, the ASVAB is your #1 priority, because this will dictate the next 4 or 6 years or 20, 30 years in the military career. So with that being said, take as much time as you can to study up on the ASVAB, because this is ultimately going to be your livelihood and your life and your career moving forward. So just like he's saying, have a plan coming in and take it seriously. No one is going to, set you up better than yourself. So with that, take the time, create a study habit, grind it out, and make sure that you're putting all of your time and energy into investing in yourself, and it will pay dividends down the road. And with that being said, your exit strategy. So once you've actually gotten into this and you're operational within your branch of service, you need to understand that eventually you're going to have to hang up your uniform. You're going to have to, at some point, not be a part of these branches and the system. And so you need to understand that that's a reality. And a lot of people are not ready to face that. And just like Journeyman22 and myself, we're faced with that on the way out. And as we made our decisions and we pretty much stuck to our guns on the things that we chose to do with our lives, our livelihood, and our families, that's why it's so important to have a plan, stick with it, and also expect that having a plan may change, right? As many of you out there know, COVID is a first.
Oh, man.
Yeah, in our lifetimes, I mean, I've never experienced anything like this before.
And you know what, not to cut you off, but man, I asked my 95-year-old great-grandmother, has she ever seen anything like this? 95 years on this earth, and she's never, ever seen anything like COVID. So COVID is new for us all, but being in the military, you have that resiliency. We're taught resiliency every year, and so you have to be resilient coming into this military.
Absolutely.
And to piggyback off of what he said earlier, investing all of your time, meaning you take time to invest in yourself to get to where you need to be. Once you get into the military, don't stop that. Here recently I've heard a lot of people say that, oh, my supervisor hasn't helped me, my supervision sucks, my leadership sucks. Well, ultimately, it's not up to your leadership. No one is going to take care of you better than you're going to take care of you. Right. So take some time and read on things. When you get out, you're gonna have a lot of things you should be looking into, such as jobs, resumes, schooling and education, healthcare, and so forth. So just take some time. Evaluate what's going on, evaluate where you're going, and just move forward with it. Like you said, stick with the plan.
Absolutely. It never hurts to have a good reassessment as to where you are. I mean, the things he speaks on it's applicable to everyone, especially in the service. You have to understand that all of us are player one in our own worlds, right?
Right.
So, if player two or anyone that isn't as vested within themselves, comes up and asks questions, you have to understand that when you're asking for help or you're seeking guidance from others, they may not, think with the same sense of urgency as you, when you're trying to, get out. So that's why it is so important, like we're saying, to be prepared and to plan ahead. And it never hurts to utilize all of the resources that you have at hand. Some of the things that I learned throughout my time within the military was that sometimes you can't listen to others just because they have more time in or just because they have more stripes. Sometimes you look at individuals in certain tiers, certain ranks, certain positions, kind of with a blanket over your eyes, and you just expect them to have your best interests at heart. And that's not always the case. Just to give you a quick example is that I actually re-enlisted because I didn't know. There's a verse out there, for my people are destroyed due to a lack of knowledge. And just like Journeyman 22 is saying, you have to take the time to invest in yourself. Knowledge is key. Having these resources available could dictate ultimately your future. So just to get back to the example was, I actually re-enlisted because I didn't know all of the resources, like TAPS, all of the benefits, all of the websites and the just the books that I missed out on.
And the OL workshop.
Yes,
and all that.
The OL workshop, and just understanding that there is life outside of the military, and that we shouldn't actually be afraid of this. I mean, we're such a small percentage to our own nation that it's like why should we be afraid if the other 99% has been doing it and has never even thought about joining the military? Right. So with that being said, utilize all of your resources and just continue to ask questions. And if you guys don't know where to look, we'll definitely leave you some resources in the description, as well as some helpful links and different documents that you're going to need along this journey.
Yeah, I appreciate that, man. You covered a lot of good points, and we just want to get into actually getting out. So getting out, when it comes to getting out, you're going to make a decision. So if you're even thinking about getting out, you're already kind of, all right, on a path of where should I be? What should I be doing now? Where am I going? Where should I go for this? So first of all, you're going to want to schedule you a TAPS class. In one of my previous videos, I think I mentioned, at least trying to do a TAPS course at least twice. TAPS stands for what? Transitional Assistance Program Separation, something like that. I think something like that. We'll get back to that. But what TAPS does, it helps you. It gives you a lot of tools. It gives you a lot of resources that you'll need that you should actually utilize when separating the military. Now, like I was saying earlier, I've ran into a lot of people who said, they didn't learn anything in TAPS. Well, TAPS is a 5-day course where you dress in business casual, and they cram a lot of information into you. It's an all-day course each day, but the information is crucial to having a successful transition. Absolutely. Not only having a successful transition, once you get out of the military, to have a successful civilian life, to have a good, meaningful career and have, a solid foundation, once you get out. So the 5-day course, you'll cover your health benefits, educational benefits, job benefits. You'll discover all of that once you're going through your TAPS course. So I strongly encourage that you pay attention and don't just say that, hey, I'm not learning anything. They're going to give you those tools, but it's up to you to do your research on those tools. You have to actually go down and look. They're just going to give you a general knowledge. And some may go in depth, but, if they give you the general knowledge, well, hey, they also took time to give you the tools that you need to go into. The second thing with, I guess, getting out, we just talked about taking advantage of your resources. I'm going to hit on that again. I'm going to foot stomp that probably more than one time throughout this video, but absolutely take advantage of your resources. Like we said earlier, no one is going to do you better than you're going to do you. So make sure you're doing that. And after you successfully complete TAPS, at this point, you'll go over resumes and employments and all of that. You'll do all of that stuff, but, just take some time to think about, okay, how am I going to adjust to where I'm going? You've had to adjust and adapt to a lot in the military, but civilian world is a different animal, because you no longer have anyone there, to guide you or hold your hand like you did in the military. Military is a great place. In this video, we're not trying to discourage anyone from joining, and we're not trying to push anyone to get out. We just want people, when they do separate, that they know what they're doing, that they don't back out, because he said he re-enlisted because of a lack of knowledge, on separating and what all he could do, because there is life outside of the military. And you can have more meaningful life or just as meaningful life as you did in the military once you get out. So we want to encourage that upon you. Not just say, hey, the military is bad, because that's absolutely not the case. I enjoyed my time, and I'm pretty sure Chaz enjoyed his time as well.
Yeah.
So
absolutely.
Just take this knowledge, soak up all of this, and get to it. So with that, going through your TAPS, just making sure you're doing everything in a timely manner. I feel like, honestly, you should start doing everything, and I think this is a good rule of thumb, because I think they even mentioned this through TAPS, that you should do everything at least 24 months out. 24 months before you actually separate, start looking into things, start building your resume, start looking at where you're going to live. And they give you a lot of great websites and a lot of good people to contact upon you getting out, to make sure that where you live is going to fit you. When you're thinking of places to live, which I also discussed in another video, you're going to want to think of the crime rate. You're going to think of the unemployment rate. You're going to want to think of the median home income. You want to think of the median house price and things of that nature, because you don't want to get to an area, and the unemployment rate is high, and you're not able to find work, or, your family's not enjoying it, or, you're just going to want to move out as soon as you can. You don't want to be miserable once you get out of the military, because we also have on this sheet, that we're kind of going by, is dealing with military trauma. Now we all deal with trauma in different ways, but, you may be dealing with trauma that you don't even realize you're dealing with. You may be unconsciously dealing with trauma. So, go get the help you need before getting out. And that's big too, making sure you get the help you need before you actually get out. Actually go to mental health or BHOP or whatever it is, to make sure you're good. It's nothing wrong with going to mental health. There's nothing wrong with going to see a chaplain. There's nothing wrong with talking to your wingman. Make sure you do that, because this guy right here has been a great wingman to me. We had some really deep talks, some really intellectual talks, and that's why we're here today sharing this talk with you. But jumping back into time, time is everything. You don't want to miss anything. If you wait too late, if you wait to 6 months is too late, I feel like, because 6 months is a lot of time, but it's not a lot of time, because you have a lot of things to do. Like you have a lot of appointments that you need to make. You have a lot of schedules that you need to put out. Also, just make sure you're doing it, like I said, at least 24 months out, so that you're covering everything you need to cover.
Absolutely. And when you're speaking on time, man, you just never know what to expect. Just like we were talking about earlier, how like a pandemic will hit out of nowhere. I mean, if you start, even if you don't know exactly what it is that you want to do, or even if you don't actually plan on getting out of the military and you're just watching this just to see what it is that we have to say, some of the resources and some of the things that we're recommending are just so that you can be in the know, just so that you can know your resources, or just so that you can know the things that you're entitled to, on the way out, because you may not plan on, let's say you don't plan on getting out for another 10 years or so. I mean, you can start building your resume now, and you can start building on it,
Right.
And these are just some of the things that you may not have learned, up until this point. So with the whole timing aspect, things are always subject to change, and you just need to be adjustable, be flexible, and understand that, by not planning, you're planning to fail. Yep. And so just having some sort of roadmap lined out, and just expect it to change, is better than not having it at all. And 24 months is ideal. I've done TAPS 3 times in my career, and it's definitely felt a lot less stressful doing it these latter times with a little bit more cushion, a little bit more time to adjust. And also with the timing, and you spoke on, getting some help and speaking to, and adjusting to your time out. Us being in the service, we've been, coveted and kind of, shielded from the realities of, freedom of speech or, people's honest opinions about, just anyone.
Just anything.
Yeah, just anything in general. And the activities that we've missed out on, we may not actually know how to cope with those things because a lot of things have changed, and in the times that we've been in
the last year, the last 12 months, things
just
have
in
changed
the last changes in commanders in chief, our commander in chief.
Yep.
Just to put it like that, just a lot of things have occurred, and a lot of movements have begun, and a lot of social media platforms have blasted a lot of polarizing events. So it's going to be very difficult to transition if you're not prepared. So.
Yeah, and like you said, we've been kind of shielded in a sense because we have to watch our media engagement. We have Air Force instructions on media engagement and how we choose to say things. We don't really have a freedom of speech. You can say things, but you got to be very careful of what you say. You don't want to say the wrong thing. So we're gonna get out, and we're gonna be on our own to make our own decisions against that. Now we're still, we still have to watch how we engage media. Like we can't give away any top secret information or anything like that, which we wouldn't do anyway. We don't have like those jobs where you have to have top secret clearances, whatever. But for those people who do, even when you get out, you still are you're still obligated to your fidelity, your confidentiality, or your trust for the United States. So just be mindful of that. Don't think that you're going to get out and you can still say whatever you want to. Now you have freedom of speech again, but still just be mindful.
So it's separating from the military. So we've given them, being prepared, timeliness, utilizing all of your resources, adjusting to, some of the things and understanding that on the way out, even you may not get the help expected. So on your way out, I think this might be a good segue in terms of maybe speaking on just some things that are like fresh on your mind in terms of you getting out, and maybe speaking on how it feels actually coming to this day. I mean, seeing that smile on your face, man, it's just like
I actually had
chills,
my final out today. So today I'm actually officially done with not the United States Air Force, but Anderson Air Force Base.
Congrats, man.
And likewise for you, you had yours yesterday.
Yeah, I had my final out yesterday. Got some ID cards changed over. Our getting out of the military situation is a little bit different, but I'm just glad to say that I can close this chapter. And we spoke on this before. Just complete service and sacrifice synonymous. And just getting out proud, getting out held. Head held high, honorably. Chest up. Yeah, honorably. All of that. All of the above. Unscathed, yep. No paperwork.
And this is probably, I'm sorry to cut you off again, bro, but this is probably my biggest flex. I've been in 7 years, 7 active duty years, and I haven't gotten a single piece of paperwork. I feel blessed and I'm honored to be able to say I've served my country honorably. And that's not saying that if you get paperwork, if you get in a little trouble, you're just a bad person. But being able to do that is a blessing. And I'm proud of myself for that. So yeah, but the journey, I'm just ready to get out and embark on my new journey. Like he said, we've been doing this for quite a while. He's been doing it for 10 years, a little longer, right?
10 years, 7 months. No, yeah. I'm not counting.
Yeah, I mean that's your time, but
yeah.
Yeah, I've been doing it a little over 7 years. I think when I officially get out, it'll be 7 years and 3 months. And he did say our situations are different. One being that he's been a lot longer. 2, for me, I'm doing the Skill Bridge program, which I mentioned in a couple of other videos. So actually, when I leave here, I'll be going to my next location, and I'll tell y'all that in a later video. And I'll be completing the Skill Bridge program. And then once I'm done with that program, I'll be officially separated from the military. I'll start my terminal, and then I think maybe a week and a half after, 2 weeks after, I'll be officially separated from the military. And how is your situation with you?
So yeah, my situation, like you said, it differs a little bit. I was actually medically retired, so I got appreciate that. But I honestly wouldn't trade the the pains for the compensation, but I'll take it. I served, like you said, honorably. I did my time and I did what I had to do. And it's very rewarding. You know, it's honestly just like we were talking about. You know, coming in that long ago, you know, the world has, you know, spun a couple times. A lot of things are different now for us than it was whenever we were younger and coming in. And I'm just excited. It's just nice to be in a space now where, you know, we're kind of, you know, moving from clouds. You know what I mean? Like moving from one position, you know, to a better position, and just able to, you know, do the things that we want, you know, for ourselves, you know, for our families, and for, you know, and just for mental sake. I just have to, like, you know, foot stomp. But it just feels good to just be in that space, to just finally, like, you know, take a breather and just kind of soak it in, and, you know, and just seeing the smile on his face, you know, talking about, you know, just moving forward, and and just the positivity. Not saying there wasn't positivity in, but you got to understand, being a 24/7, you know, active duty service member is a little bit different, you know, when at any given point, you know, this goes off and you just don't know what to expect.
Hey. You know, and you have to be ready, within 24 hours to go anywhere within the world?
Absolutely.
You know, we're not on that type of clock anymore, you know. And, you know, not saying that serving the country wasn't a good thing, you know, because, like I said, I had an awesome experience. But I'm for sure looking forward to getting out and doing something different. Now, do you fear anything getting out? Is there anything that you fear? Do you have any doubts or, like, any fears?
I respect the word fear. I don't know if the thing died. Okay, yeah. So I respect the word fear. It's more so for me. I'm a little bit more. What's the word? Like on edge. Yeah, I'm just kind of like more hesitant as to.
So you may be a little more anxious. Maybe you have a little more adrenaline towards it. Like not necessarily fearful, but
yeah. So I would probably just say maybe not as much fear. The unknown is always exciting. I have this one thing I try to put out is the same stimuli. The same stimuli that makes a person nervous is the same one that makes them excited, right? So, like, when public speaking, you know, there's that confusion. But however you hone that stimuli. So, like, for me, I'm excited, but I'm also weary of the unknown because, you know, like, we've been, you know, dealing with just such a strict and rigid structure for the better. But now that we have that free will, I don't know what to expect, and I'm pretty excited to see what is to come. But I just don't know. It's honestly, you know, just a fresh start. It's so new that it's like it's exciting, and I'm just excited. That's really it.
And fear is common. You know, fear is not unnatural, especially when separating. Even going in, you know, it's not unnatural. You know, so if you're fearful, don't be fearful. Whether you're getting in or getting out, use what you feel. Use that stimuli he was just talking about, and let that ignite you in a positive way to do positive things, to keep moving forward. Because, like I said, I can't stress enough how, you know, important being on top of your stuff is. You know, don't let fear fog your memory. Don't let fear get in the way of you being successful. You know, just keep pushing. And we don't have a lot of time right now because my battery's going dead. We did cover a lot of things. I'm glad we were able to get down here today and have this conversation with you guys. This video was actually supposed to turn out a lot better. We was actually supposed to do it a while ago, but transitioning has been stressful and it has been a lot on us. So we've had a lot of appointments, you know, that kind of, what am I looking for? Perturbed us or we weren't able to get down here, you know, so yeah. But we hope you enjoyed this video. We hope, you know, we hit some ground, cover some ground, you know, that may help you in your transition, or whether you're transitioning in, transitioning out. And we hope that you're successful on your journey.
Absolutely, yeah. And if you guys have any further questions or you want to see more content like this, feel free to let us know. Like, share, all that, you know, typical social media stuff. Yep. And just know we're just here for the journey. Journeyman 22 is going to take you guys for the ride. So.
Yep, and as well as Chaz Digital, baby. So like I said, we're going to be dropping the links to his video, his channel in the description. Make sure you follow all his social media platforms. I think you have Instagram. Do you have Twitter?
Yeah, so I have pretty much all social media platforms. Be honest, so like you know, just all social media platforms. Just if you just look on all of them and just type in Chaz Digital, and you'll probably find me. So.
All right. Chaz Digital, Journeyman 22. Thank y'all for your time. Thank you for watching this video. Like, subscribe, share. And we see y'all on the next video. Peace.